After a long bike ride, do you ever wonder what the best beer is to drink? Maybe it's an IPA, a porter, or a lager. Maybe it's low or high ABV. Well, today we're going to find out by testing out a few different beers. Hi, I'm Tyler, the Michiana Madman, and I'm here with Thad from Michiana Beer Reviewers, and we'll be testing out all these beers that we have in front of us.
What's going on, guys? Well, I appreciate you bringing me on here. We've been doing Michiana Beer Reviewers since 2017, so I know a little bit about beer, but we're also we're studying for our Cicerone. So as that goes on, my knowledge of beer just grows.
And guys, I'm just a regular mountain biker and stay-at-home dad, so I need an expert here to kind of give you the real advice. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the first one we have here.
Okay, so we have the 14 Buck Chuck. It's from Burnham Brewing Company out of Michigan City, Indiana. You said there's some trails out there.
Yep, we got some trails over there, like the Imagination Glen.
What's nice about these guys, they've been around a long time. 14 Buck Chuck's just a great American pale ale. Comes in right around 6%. Great. Easy drinking.
And when you're on the trail, afterwards, you don't necessarily want to hit a high ABV drink if you're trying to get a recovery. You're kind of looking for something around 5-6%. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, those citrus notes on that nose.
Most definitely. And it just hits the quenches the thirst right after that. This stuff I could drink one or two right after a ride, like in the parking lot.
The citrus notes are really up front, go all the way through the palate. It almost has a slightly dry finish, which when I'm thirsty like that, and I want it almost quenches your palate or your thirst, but at the same time, it wants you to come back for more. Craft beer and you guys biking, you see all these breweries doing runs too and giving beer afterwards. It's all the hops and malts in there that just are gonna, revitalize you.
And it's the truth. A beer can be a better recovery drink than water sometimes because of all the electrolytes it has with the carbs and the sugars. So, don't take my word for it, but beer is better than water sometimes.
Yeah, like what I was saying, there's water in beer.
Yeah. What are we drinking next, Thad?
So this is Zorn. So not far from downtown. It's actually on 605 East 9th Street. It's their After Two Hazy IPA coming in at 6.5 ABV. What I love about these guys, like on their cans right now, tells you exactly what's in it. So it's got 2-row malt, oat malt, flaked oat, so it'll give you that nice body for the hazy and that, nice thick color. And then it's got Amarillo, Citra, and Mosaic hops, which is just a great blend. I'm really looking forward to this one. I haven't had this one yet.
Yeah, me either, actually. This is my first time having Zorn.
Okay. Well, another great place to go. Incredible food. If you're going during the summer, outdoor space is huge. Live music, all kinds of fun stuff. So, you can sit outside and be sweaty, and who cares?
Yeah, that's how I am usually. If I can eat outside and drink a beer right after a ride, I'm in heaven.
You can't see through it. Almost looks like pineapple juice.
Personally, I like IPAs, but if I'm going to drink one, I kind of always go for the hazy IPA because I just love a little, taking the edge off the bitterness of the hops.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a little bit more citrus, but
it's more tropical fruits.
Yeah, it's rounded out.
And this is what I like about the hazies, New England IPAs. I drink some West Coast, but I have to be in the mood for them. Like these, you're gonna get tropical notes. You're gonna get citrus notes. You might even get melon.
Wow, guys, this is great. So if you're at Imagination Glen around the area, or if you're not in the Michiana area, pick up one of these hazies. This is definitely hitting the spot. Most of the time, riding is in the middle of the summer days, so you're out there sweating, just drenched, and the idea of having something like this afterwards is just like all I'm thinking about halfway through the ride. It's like what motivates me to get to the end is getting a beer like this.
Like I said, it's a great place, great outdoor. Because you've always said that. Sometimes you don't want to go into air conditioning right after a ride. You want to just kind of cool down on your own way, but sitting outside, having a beer.
When I go mountain biking to be outside, to be out in nature. So when it's all nice out, the weather's perfect, I don't want to go inside to stuffy air conditioning and be cold and be waiting around for a beer underneath fluorescent lighting. Heck no, I want to be out there in the sunshine. Fuck, I'm already getting buzzed. All right, so the next beer we have available is, if you're kind of in the South Bend area, right in Rum Village, we got South Bend Brewers.
I absolutely love this place. Well, and I'm going to have to say it, they're a sponsor of the Michiana Beer Reviewers and our podcast, Beer Nonsense. So I'm going to plug stuff.
Guys, check out Thad's Michiana Beer Reviewers, their podcast. It's an awesome little setup they got going on.
But I thought I'd bring in one of their staples. It's Emily's Grapefruit IPA. Comes in at 7% ABV. This is a go-to for me.
So, yeah, you might only need one of these after a ride, but...
7%, you can get 2.
I mean, you know, I'll drink 2. But if we're trying to talk recovery drinks,
Well, recovery, yes. Like, we have all these lined up. We're just doing little ones.
Oh, that's for sure.
You know. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Oh,
Look at that. My bad. Faked you out there. I did a zig, he did a zag.
Yep. It's all right.
Oh man, that doesn't taste like a 7%. It is so smooth.
Yeah.
It's like an all-dayer right there.
So you get almost the rind of the grapefruit up front, then you almost get the actual juice of the grapefruit. It's just finishes smooth.
Yeah, that is great.
What's scary about this kind of beer, at 7%, they go down very easy and sometimes very quick.
Well, yeah, I just said all-dayer, but it'd be like 3 of them in an hour, then lights out.
Right.
No, so I mean, if you're mountain biking or even mowing a yard, beer like this, the first few we had there, the Hazy's Pale Ale, man.
Like this,
good, man.
South Bend Brew Werks, great grapefruit flavors, goes down easy.
They got great food there as well,
Oh yeah.
and they're located in downtown South Bend.
Another great outdoor space too. So once you're done bike riding, you don't have to go inside.
No, if you're all smelly like me, you stick out there, get served some great beer and food, and just avoid the calls from the wife.
Well, it's nice enough to have her come meet you.
Yeah. Well, you know, I take my wife out on bike rides nowadays, so I found that it was easier to let her see how hard mountain biking is and how you need to go out there for a couple of recovery beers, and so she doesn't think I'm just out there messing around having like a leisure day. I mean, half leisure.
Well, that's what you enjoy.
Well, you got to work for it. That's the nice thing about having an after-ride beer is that you worked for it, you earned it. So you might as well drink a heavy calorie beer and a nice one with some high ABVs. You deserved it.
All right, Tyler. So we have one more from Brewing over in Michigan City. Every time I tell people I love this beer, the first reaction to the name is like, "Bleh." And I'm like, no, you have to try this beer.
Oh no, let's see.
I think this is also would be a great recovery beer. It is the cream corn.
Nice.
Creamy.
Now, hey, we're from Indiana, that makes sense. We like
Right.
our corn.
Everybody's like, I can't try that. I'm like, you have to try it. It's probably the second beer I've ever had from them, and it ends up in my fridge at least 3 times a year. And then, man, it's just so clear. Oh, and just smells like a great ale, you know? Just regular beer. Sometimes when I'm done working out or whatever, and I want a beer afterwards, I'm looking for a regular beer. I don't want any, sometimes I don't want the citrus. I just want something that's nice, crisp, and clean. And
Yeah, exactly. You know, you want something that's going to do the job,
Yes.
get you the effect you want without getting you feeling all bloated or like you drink way too much, and then leave you sluggish for the rest of the day.
yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. This is the type of beer for people that don't necessarily like craft beer.
Yeah, it's a good introduction for people that don't like craft beer.
Because, yeah, when I think the average individual, when they hear craft beer, they think it's going to be all this hops, and it's going to be so bitter, nasty. And I don't know why people think that, because really, the beers are great. But this one gives you that blend of like, oh, you're used to drinking kind of a Bud Light, Miller Lite type of thing, a domestic. This is a good introduction, like Thad said.
Right. You're just going to get a little more flavor out of it.
You know, what I'm loving about it is, it's just another one. It's one of those things where it's not leaving you so much where you're like, oh God, I don't know if I want to take another sip of that. You're dying to have another drink of this, to go ahead and quench that thirst, to leave you hydrated feeling. So, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, don't let the name scare you.
Yeah, I think it's because I work at a brewery, so I know cream ales. They're not scary. They're good tasting.
I know, but every time I bring up cream corn, people are like, "Oh, that brings me back to like 4th grade where I had cream corn in my on my hot lunch."
See, I love cream corn, so I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'd drink that. Maybe I should heat this up. We just survived the cream corn, even though it wasn't as scary as you thought. So I would drink that after a bike ride. But let's check out this next one from Bare Hands.
All right, so their staple, their flagship is the Westy IPA.
And it's good. I like that one.
It is good. They came out with a double Westy.
Oh, let's see this.
So it's a double IPA. This comes in at 9%. Yep, 9% ABV. I have not had the double yet.
Oh, so this is your first.
This is my first.
Oh, me too.
So, shameless plug. I'm going to plug Citywide. Always carrying Burnham. If you're around the Michiana area, Citywide's probably one of the best places to get any of your local craft beer, which is just a great thing for people. You know, it's a pretty good sized liquor store with all their places. And obviously, like all this, this was mix and mash. You can get one of each and try all kinds of different beers. So if you can't go to a brewery afterwards, go to a place like Citywide, grab yourself a mixed 6-pack, go home with your buddies, sit on your back porch, and drink local beer. So, all right, so double Westy IPA out of Bare Hands. They're in Granger, Indiana. Soon coming to South Bend also, opening up a spot, I believe, by September 1st. So
yeah, South Bend's turned into a nice little craft beer location.
Yeah. There's a couple craft brews that I wanted to bring in and I just wasn't able to get to. But there's Crooked U too, right on the river. So maybe you're not mountain biking, but maybe you had to take a quick ride along the river.
Exactly.
It's a great view and it's right there.
Hey, we don't hate on our road biking friends. Almost you did a spit take there.
Almost.
This is definitely the Westy ×2 because it has a little bit of a bite to it. And like I said, I like IPAs. West Coast ones aren't normally my thing because of the bite of the hops, but this one's pretty damn good.
What I like about this, so the Westy has a bigger hop bite or kick right in the back of the throat. And it kind of dances through your tongue as it goes down. With this being a double, the malt build on this calms it down a little bit, but all of a sudden, as you finish, you still get that great hop kick that a lot of people, hop heads want.
Oh yeah, they like that.
But I do like the malt build all the way through.
You're right. After you said that, the malt flavoring is great. Because that's the thing. It's like if you have a strong hop flavoring, it's too much of a bite and it kind of leaves that aftertaste. Whereas
Which some people love.
Where this, it does have it up front, but it's mulled over then by the malt.
Right. And then I do there's a hop, like all of a sudden a hop kick right at the finish. It still lets you know, hey, this is a Westy. I'm still here.
All right, so I have to introduce this beer because this is named after me, the Madman. It is tried to be a triple IPA, but it turned out to be a double because it didn't quite ferment out the right. It's an 8% IPA, straight up. Now, I'm only going to tell you how great it tastes and how it's like the nectar of gods and all that kind of stuff. And how it's the best thing out there, so we'll let Thaddeus here give you this expert.
I love how you say expert. It's not expert.
Well, see, that's not true. I don't know what it's called, but that's going to tell you what he's training for right now.
Oh, Cicerone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm training for my Cicerone. First one's server.
Well, explain that to people that may not know.
Okay, well, Cicerone, most people know sommelier, which is a wine expert. Mm-hmm. Cicerone's the beer part of it.
Even better.
There's 4 levels, and my first one's the server Cicerone, and I get to take my test in July in Chicago.
Awesome. So, you'll be able to put your nose up to something and tell us all the hops in it and whatnot?
The first one's more not necessarily the hops, but what kind of flavors you're gonna get out of it, what kind of notes and things you get out of it.
Now I will say we currently do not have this one on tap down here at the Lakeville Brew Crew, but maybe you guys come in and ask for it. We'll get them to make it again.
Well, during the warmer mountain biking season, I think it should come back.
Well, I mean, it's his best beer he's ever made, so you definitely should.
Nice. So for the triple, you do get some malty characteristics on the nose.
You see, it's like, even though he used 0 apples in this, that's all I'm smelling right now.
You do get apple. It is weird.
Yeah, but there's not any apple in it. There's 0 fruit in this.
It's got to come from his malt build.
That, or potentially the honey? I'm not sure.
It's probably a combination of both.
But
now,
it smells delicious. It smells like you're about to bite into a delicious apple in the middle of October. Like you're in the middle of the orchard, about to bite an apple.
Right. I've asked him the malt bill, and he's always tells me I got to go look it up, and then we get to talking, and it never happens.
Well, if you guys watch my Madman IPA video I have on my YouTube channel, the recipe's up there.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, cheers. Cheers, guys. It's like almost a Honey Crisp. I get a ton of apple. Actually, no, it's like a caramel flavored Honey Crisp.
I mean...
So this has been in the can a little...
probably 6 weeks now. Yeah.
Has it been 6 weeks?
Yeah,
wow, 6 weeks.
I mean, the Madman sold in like a week. It's like,
that's true.
In less than 2 weeks, it sold out. So
that's true. I didn't get as much as I wanted.
No, I know. That's why I had to can it up, because it was like almost gone. I was like, oh no. So I made my video, and then it was gone.
Aging this long on the can, it lost a little bit of carbonation, but the honey and the apple, which wherever that's coming from.
I don't know where the apple's coming from. It has to be the hop.
I think I like it better aged in the can.
I mean, this is good. I mean, yeah, I told you it was going to be good because it's named after the Madman, but no, for real.
He's correct.
He's an expert.
But
I'll just say I miss this one being on tap because it tastes great. This is an 8%, so you definitely want half of one after a bike ride if you're just looking to get a little bit of a buzz or something. But if you really want to enjoy that bike ride and those sore muscles and that lactic acid setting in, sit back and have one of these. It would feel
good.
Great.
Yeah. Right? This is why we're doing smoke ups.
At least on camera.
Oh, wow. We don't tell people that. All right, guys. We have one more local brewery that we're doing. It's Windmill. So the next two are actually from there. They're from Dyer, Indiana, which is close to Crown Point and whatnot. Valparaiso, Crown Point, Western Indiana. The first one I'm doing, just thought it was interesting. Thought maybe someone would want to get into a slightly smoked. So it's a Vienna-style lager with pecan smoked malt.
Now, mountain biking's kind of that middle-aged sport, and middle-aged men are into smoking meats and smoking things, so it's right up their alley.
It's named after their brewery cat. So this is Captain Von Luther's lager.
Oh, perfect.
So if you ever get to go to the tap house, last time Christian and I came from Michiana Beer Reviewers, Luther just hung out right in a chair next to us while we're sitting there drinking beer.
Hey, I'm a cat guy, so that's pretty cool.
So Captain Von Luther's lager, crisp and refreshing Vienna-style lager with pecan smoked malt.
Right off the nose, you get that smoked flavor. I don't know what you would say. You can tell it's smoked right off the top of the nose.
Yeah. So you get some nose, some esters from the actual yeast. So, man, just a great golden color.
It is nice gold see-through. Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, how do they make it a smoked flavor like that?
They actually smoke the malts.
Oh wow! It tastes like a smoked meat, like a smoked smoked food. It's insane.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the better smoked beers I've had.
It absolutely is one of the best smoked.
Because I've had some other ones where like, oh, it's a smoked beer, but it's like, just tasted like a campfire.
Yeah.
This one tastes like smoked food.
What I like about it is you can actually taste the beer. And then you almost get the smoke after. Or some of them just taste like a dumpster fire.
Yeah. I mean, when you put it up your nose, it smells like it's like a smoke, like you're standing next to a smoker.
Yeah. And drinking a beer.
But I am really impressed with this one. Now, I will say, after a bike ride, this one might be a little bit of a harder one to drink a bunch after. But it's so unique, so delicious, you have to try it.
Well, maybe get a small snifter.
For sure. Or this is one that I would love when I'm at Brown County mountain biking for the weekend and I'm camping. When I'm done with the day and we're sitting around the campfire, man, I could have 2 or 3 of these after that while we're eating our dinner. Be perfect then. All right, let's talk about one of these last beers that we have up here from Windmill Brewery.
They have a whole series. So it's a 1 hop, and it's an IPA. The first one that came out was 2 by Citra. It was their first one that came out in the series. And they've had several others that have been fantastic, but 2 by Citra has been my favorite. And they just came out with 3 by Citra.
Oh yeah.
So it is a double IPA.
Sometimes people say it's better with 3.
Should we have 3 glasses then? Oh. But if you like those citrus notes and all that in an IPA, you're going to love this beer. All right, so it's got a nice haze to it, nice white head.
I love the artwork. I'm a big fan of that.
They do have some great artwork. And that's what, I mean, some of these guys that are doing this artwork, I mean, that draws you to the can.
My wife buys the beers because of the artwork, and her wines because of the artwork. So,
I'm guilty of that, 100%.
you know, when I was a boy, I grew up collecting baseball cards, things like that. But we had these things called pogs when I was a little kid. Where you stacked up these little cardboard circles, and you had a slammer and you knocked them over. But it was all about the design. It'd catch your eye. So I'm a sucker for good design.
All right, let's cheers this up and let's try her out.
See, that's right up my alley. It has just enough hot bite, but then it's so smooth afterwards. Doesn't leave you puckering up or any kind of thing like that. It just makes you want another drink.
The citrus in this explodes, and then the malts almost tame it back down, and it's just a smooth finish.
I mean, if I was drinking this, I'd be ready to fight some British too, just like that can shows. Sorry to my English viewing audience.
It's in the past.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. Windmill is killing some beers, so if you guys, are looking for stuff, they're now distributing quite a bit of Indiana. And it's self-distribution, so.
And you said they're out of Dyer?
Dyer, Indiana.
Awesome.
They have a great little small tap room. Not much, I think they have like pretzels and stuff, but not much food, so.
So if you're over there by the Creekside Trails, or maybe you're coming out of Chicago, great brewery to stop at on the way here in Indiana.
Absolutely.
You know, the thing about this video is we're trying to find out the best beer to drink. And man, this is just another one to add to the list.
We have one more to talk about, and I'm throwing it out here now. And it's Athletic Brewing Company, right?
Yes, sir. We do have a non-alcoholic choice up here because we understand that not everybody does drink alcohol. And Athletic Brewing is pretty big in the mountain biking community. And so I definitely wanted to showcase this a little bit. So let's go ahead and crack one open and see what it tastes like.
The other great thing about this is if you ever do those dry Januaries or dry Octobers, but you still want that taste of beer, we did a couple athletics during our dry January just because, I still wanted to taste the hop or, something that tasted like beer because I do enjoy the flavor. Cheers. So it's their Free Wave Hazy IPA.
And it's actually, surprisingly, it is tasty. It is good. When you smell it, it smells like an IPA, a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
When you taste it, it tastes like a hazy IPA. Now you can tell there's not any alcohol in there, but it is refreshing. It hits the spot. And if you're after a bike ride and you're not looking necessarily to get drunk or have a buzz, or this is against your kind of values, this is a great option to have.
And they do some great flavors too. I mean, they have several others
Like I said, I know this company, they're really out there in the mountain biking world. They're sponsoring some trails out there down in North Carolina and whatnot. So definitely check them out if you're not into the alcoholic scene.
Yeah. As a beer reviewer too, I'm just gonna shoot this out to you. For non-alcoholics, they've had the best flavors.
It does taste great. Like I would, if you gave this to me, I wouldn't tell it's not an alcoholic beer.
So it's a great job.
So yeah, so cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
All right, everybody. So here we are at the end of the video, and we're wondering, what is the best beer to drink after a mountain bike ride? Well, the answer is, it's the cold one in your hand. There's definitely not one answer that is gonna be the right one. But all I've ever found is that after any ride, you know, water hits the spot, but a nice cold beer is always the best answer. So whatever your choice may be, pick that one. Hey everybody, I appreciate you watching this video. If you're still here with us at the end, I definitely appreciate you.
Right?
I want to let Thad give a little plug to all of his social medias for his Michiana Beer Reviewers. But thank you for watching, guys.
All right, guys. So the best way to get a hold of us is go to MichianaBeerReviewers.com. That way you can just click on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok icons. You can go right to those. A lot of our videos are on Facebook right now.
If you like podcasts, they have a great one, and you can find it anywhere you download podcasts. But
it's Beer Nonsense Beer Nonsense is, I was going to say .com. Beer Nonsense is our podcast. We do have our link up there, but he's right. Anywhere you want to find it, it's beer ampersand. So nonsense.
And I'm just going to let you guys know, we're doing a little preview here of what we're going to be doing this summer. Is I'm going to be teaming up with Michiana Beer Reviewers, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a different segment here on the channel and with their podcast. We're going to be having a trail to ale. We're going to be showcasing a mountain bike trail and then a local brewery in the area. So definitely subscribe and check that out, and make sure you follow Thad at Michiana Beer Reviewers and everything that they do. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit the like button, it helps us out a bunch, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.